Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and on today's video we're going to review a fragrance from the house of Versace. So on today's video we have this fragrance from Atelier Versace. This is their upper range of fragrances. So this is going to be Versace's, high-end, more exclusive line like Christian Dior's La Collection Privée, Chanel's Exclusives, Burberry's Signatures, and this is the line that we get from Versace, Atelier Versace. It's actually a nameplate. Versace does have a brand called Atelier Versace, which is their haute couture collection. It's their very expensive wear, which is, invite only to purchase. It's made to wear. It's very high end and exclusive. It's kind of like haute couture, but it's not necessarily haute couture because it's not made in France or in Paris like haute couture is required to be. But this is a collection that we have here. It is a 12 fragrance collection. This is the second one that I have reviewed. I did review Cedra de Diamante, and the one we have here today is Santal Bois or Santal Bois, and this is essentially what it translates to as sandalwood woods. So this is the box that we get. It's very nice. This is a black one. The other one that we did have was a neon, like green colored one. You do get Atelier Versace there at the top, and then some information there. It is made in Italy, and the fragrances are distributed by Euro Italia. So once you pull out this box, you get another box within the box, and this is a very nice plush-like material. It is going to be porous, so it will stain, just so you do know that. But it's very solid. It's very nice. It kind of feels like leather, but it's not. It is paper cardboard. You do get your grega, pattern here, which is very symbolic for the House of Versace. You do get Atelier Versace there. No information on the back, just a very simple box. You can use this to store things in. You can reuse this box. You can keep it as decor, whatever you want. It is a very nice box that lends itself to do that with. And once you open this guy up, et voila, you get your bottle inside. Now, it is a very nice, hefty bottle. This one is dark. The other one that we did have was a transparent looking bottle. But you do get a mirror here that says Atelier Versace. Very nice. Cool thing about this box is that you can reuse it. Like I said, you can take the insert here out. So if you pull that out, you get a nice box where you can store some information or some stuff in, and it'll be very nice. Just so you do know, whenever you do get this fragrance, if you do decide to purchase it, it does come with protective sleeves inside to protect the bottle. So you'll get these two items here. But let's get into the good stuff, which is the actual fragrance, and here it is. It's a very nice bottle, you guys. Now, I do have to be honest, when I saw these online, I was like, these are hideous. They're going to be cheap. They're going to be ugly. They're kind of tacky. And it's a very Versace thing to be over the top, dramatic, and, kind of like that Baroque style that they do so well. But this is the fragrance that we have here, and this is what the bottle looks like. So it is a like spiral type of glass design. You do get your metal plaque down here at the bottom. You do get the name here up top. So it does say, Atelier Versace and the fragrance that you have selected. Now, the really nice thing is these caps. This cap is extremely detailed. So you get the Medusa head there. But look at that. I mean, it is just absolutely beautiful. Very, very nice. It's a very great attention to detail with this actual fragrance itself. And like I said, it's a very heavy, sexy looking bottle. It doesn't look out of place. If you don't like gold, you might have that problem. But the fragrance itself in the actual bottle is heavy. It's premium. It's expensive. It's what you want when you're paying this price. Just so you do know, the cost of this fragrance is 330 US dollars for 100 mils. And that's 3.4 fluid ounces. So this is the only says that it comes in currently. I'm not sure if if it becomes popular, if they will launch other sizes. I'm sure they will, but I don't think this line is very much talked about, or that anyone even reviews it or talks about it or buys it. But there are a few different department stores that do carry this. So I have seen Saks Fifth Avenue. I have seen other stores like Bloomingdale's that do carry this collection of fragrances. Now, like I said, it's very nice packaging. It's very much worth the cost in that department, but is it worth the cost when it comes to smell? Let's check it out to see if it is or not. So obviously, based off the name, this is going to be a sandalwood-centered fragrance. It was launched in the year of 2019, and this fragrance is a creation by the perfumer of Christophe Renaud. I will list it down here below. I am probably pronouncing that incorrectly. The top notes for this fragrance are going to be saffron and nutmeg. Your middle notes, you're going to get gaiac wood and sandalwood. Then in the base, we're going to get cypriol and geranium balsam. I will list that down here as well because I'm probably butchering that. So this fragrance itself is stating that the fragrance is inspired obviously by the note of sandalwood. It does have that very distinctive gaiac wood and nutmeg quality to it. So it's going to be a sweet-ish type of gaiac wood. Obviously the cypriol does add that nice floral, herb touch to it as well. According to Versace's website, the actual sandalwood in this fragrance is Sri Lankan sandalwood, and it's been handcrafted to make this fragrance a reality. And I do believe it. Now, I will say that when I first got this fragrance and I did spray it, I was very excited because I love the note of sandalwood. It's probably one of my favorite notes when it comes to perfumery. When I did get it and I did spray it for the first time and I did my first impression, I was, very let down because it smells identical at first glance to another two fragrances that I do have. So it smells very similar to Burberry's A Midnight Journey as well as Hermenegildo Zegnia's Golden Myrrh. Both of those fragrances are myrrh-centric. They do have gaiac wood in them as well, but everything else is very different. And I was like, why does it smell so similar? And I think it's a mixture of the saffron, the nutmeg, as well as the beautiful cypriol in this fragrance with the sandalwood that gives it that very, delicate woody type of vibe to it. I would say that if this fragrance was not in a Versace bottle and you gave it to me, I would probably think it's a Kilian fragrance because it does have that, very boozy type of quality to it, although it doesn't have any boozy notes in it. It does have that very soft and supple elegance to it. It's also kind of like a powderiness to it, which is very unique, very different. And I will say that this line of fragrances by Versace is not going to be the most groundbreaking fragrance line out there. So if you're looking for something that's going to be very innovative, very different, very sets itself apart from anything else on the market, this is probably not going to be the one for you. I think that they set to make fragrances that are going to be loved, that are going to be liked, that are going to be very much understood. And this one is. It's loved, it's understood, and it's very much a likable fragrance. But it's not going to be unique. It's not going to be groundbreaking. It's not something completely revolutionary out there on the market, but it's going to do what it's meant to do. So it's supposed to be expensive. It's supposed to be refined. It's supposed to be elegant. It's supposed to be timeless and classic. I think that they have set out to have a fragrance like that, and they were very much successful with this one. I also do think that this fragrance does lean a little bit more masculine than feminine. That is up to you at that point because, like I said, the saffron and the cypriol in here add that like floral type quality to this fragrance. But your sandalwood, your gaiac wood, your balsam in here as well, and the nutmeg add more of a masculine flair to this fragrance. It's a very soft and supple sandalwood, so it's not going to be a very rough sandalwood. It's obviously going to be a very creamy one in this one. The nutmeg even makes it a little bit more creamy, so it's a very diluted, creamy type of sandalwood. The gaiac wood adds a little bit of that, incensey type of wood. I don't know how to describe gaiac wood. Typically, I hate gaiac wood when it comes to fragrances, but in this one, they did it well. They made it likable, they made it wearable, and I do like that they've done that with it. Overall, I think that, like I said, this fragrance is nutmeg and saffron up top, and that does dry down to the very bottom. You also get that nice cypriol, which is going to add that sweeter element to the actual fragrance. It's a delicate touch that they add to this fragrance. Then you're going to get that sandalwood and that gaiac wood in this fragrance that are just going to, simmer around. So even though typically we're used to seeing fragrances dry down at the top, those dissipate, then dry down in the middle, and then those dissipate, and we're left with the base. This one's a little bit unique because it's the top, the base, and the bottom, which are all going to dry down together. And you do get that in the entire wear time of the fragrance. And I will say to try this one out there, on your skin because it does change quite a lot. So if you do get this fragrance, it does change quite a bit as you wear it. I did get to experience that, when I got this one, I obviously thought it smelled like something different, and I wore it as the day progressed. I was like, this has changed quite a bit. And I really, really do like it. I will say that it's one of my favorite fragrances at the moment. It's very nice for the fall and winter months, but I can definitely see this being a fragrance that shines in the summer months as well because it's not an overwhelming woody fragrance. It's not going to be overwhelming in any note. It's very likable. It's still going to be very, wearable when it comes to the warmer climate. Now, I would say that if it smells like anything out there in their entire collection of Versace fragrances, it's similar to Eros. but not as sweet. And I mean, Arrows for men, it's going to be like that, but it's not going to be as sweet or as overwhelming because Arrows can be very nice, but it's also a little bit overwhelming. It's too much in your face. It's kind of like a dirty, clubby type of fragrance. And this one is not like that at all. It's done tastefully, it's done well. And I think that that's what Arrows did not do well. I used to love Arrows, by the way, but this one itself is much better. So if you're looking for a higher end, top tier version of Arrows, and you like it, but you want something more refined, more elegant, more wearable, then I would certainly say to check out Bois Santal or Santal Bois by Versace. And I do think you'll really like this fragrance. I have been very impressed with the actual bottle, the craftsmanship, the packaging is incredibly well done. I do recommend checking it out myself, and I'm not being sponsored, but I wish I was because I want some more of these fragrances. I am not sure why people don't talk about these online, but if you want to see more of these on this channel, let me know down in the comments. Also, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more fragrance related content. I hope to see you guys on the next video. Until then, take care. Happy holidays. Bye, you guys.